Welcome back for another top-notch video. This week we're going to be talking about the 24th of June through the 28th of June for markets. As always, this channel is about the CSINF fund or ETFs, IVV, VXF, EFA, and AGG. These reflect retirement accounts slash, we talk about the TSP slash retirement accounts, and the funds that we follow are basically the S&P 500, Dow Jones, international markets, and bonds. As always, if you have any questions, go ahead and write those in the comments below. We'll get right into our kind of overview and then go into more specific markets. That being said, let's go right into the TSP market. So what we saw with IVV or the C fund, this is the S&P 500. This is the general overview of what we saw. We do have a gap here. These charts here are pulled from Tom on TSP Talk. Go ahead and check the website out if you're interested in there. But basically, we have a gap here. We'll wait to see if it gets filled. We did see a lot of our other gaps get filled earlier on past June, but we did come out of this May correction very, very strong for the month of June. In fact, it was one of the strongest Junes we've had in almost in a very, very long time. The S fund or VXF also had a positive day. We did get above that 50-day moving average. We stayed above it, and charts do look positive coming off this small little blip that we had here. As far as EFA goes, we are hitting just a little bit of resistance here with a double top. We do have a gap that was filled here and then a gap down here that we're still waiting on. Could possibly see charts move lower, so just keep that in mind. And as always with bonds are doing very well. We are kind of seeing this extended rally out between these two trend lines, yet to be seen it break that, so things are going well for bonds. It's a much better place to put our capital versus having them in the G fund this year. So just keep that in mind as we move forward. With charts this week, like I mentioned, for June, it was a very positive, strong month. As you can see for the C fund or IVV, it was over 7% just for this month. The S fund was over 6%, and the I fund was over 5%. So very, very strong gains for where we had our cash flow this month. We did very well. Felt very, very good about where we were doing, and as always, charts for the year are doing just extremely well this year for markets. Trying to make up a little bit for last year, I would think. So now let's go more into our more technical analysis for each of our charts. So here you go. Here is IVV or the C fund. As you can see here, like I mentioned, we had that big kind of downturn in May or a correction in May. Then we had an explosion off of May. Once we saw this first thing kick off, we got right back into markets and it ended up doing very well for us. We are above all our moving averages and the charts are moving higher. So this is a very good place to have funds at this time. If we look at it on our weekly charts or our stock market charts, basically for our technical analysis of this, as you can see, we had a crossover on the weekly chart. That's a very positive sign. The blue line did cross that red line, so our PPO line is above our moving average now. Our DO oscillator is moving out of that negative territory, and we are moving more towards the positive side of things. On our 2-day charts, those don't look as well, but if we look at our 4-hour charts, we are coming back out here. So had a little earlier this week, had a little something come down, but now we're kind of heading back up. We look very positive since we have the 4-hour and the weekly. We have 2 of our 3 charts. Usually that's a good thing for probability. So this is a good place to have capital moving forward, and we're looking forward to see what we see in the month of July. Usually the first half of July is pretty positive, so we'll have to wait and see what we get there, but we are looking forward to it. Moving on to the VXF or the S fund. This is the Dow Jones, small caps. So with small caps, we are above all our moving averages again. Very positive place to be. We're hoping to see some new highs here very shortly. We did not make new highs here or here, but the trend is going upwards. We're really wanting to make a higher high above this high back here in late September/October. So that's what we're looking for. If we look at the charts on VXF, as you can see, that blue line, the PPO line, is about to cross the moving average line, so that's a very positive thing for us. Keep in mind these Bollinger Bands are starting to get very close price action wise, so we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Usually when Bollinger Bands get close, we usually see a very big move, so we'll have to wait and see for what will happen there. I don't really see, this is the last kind of time we had a big Bollinger Bands that was that close and we had a downturn there, but with charts going up with a DO facing up, I think that we could probably see a positive outbreak from this, so we'll have to wait and see that. But again, our oscillator is moving from that negative territory to positive territory, just like on the S&P 500. On our 2-day charts, we did see the PPO line start to shoot back up. We are still above the red line, so that's a positive thing. Oscillator's losing a little bit of speed here, but overall I'm not too concerned. And on a 4-hour chart, we did see a positive break towards the end of the week. Very, very good sign. As you can see, over the last couple days, we did clear basically everything that we had for that downturn for the entire week. So VXF's doing very well. Good place to have capital at this time. Moving on to EFA, or international markets. With that is our iFund. Seeing a lot of displacement, a lot of indecision here between our moving averages, moving up and down, up and down. We're seeing this overall uptrend here for the most part. I think we could see definitely some positive things. One of these big lines they drew in here, these are from the FinViz charts again, is this one here. It lines just perfectly with the 200-day moving average. I think that's a real solid baseline for us. Charts are above that. They are above moving averages. Positive sign. But EFA I don't think is going to perform just as well as we have our Dow Jones or our small caps or the S&P 500. Here you can see it on our technical charts. With our technical charts, weekly has not crossed yet. We're getting very close. Good positive sign here. We had a big spinning top here to kind of show that there is a difference here, some indecision of what's going to happen from here on out. I think we'll see some positive stuff here. On a 2-day chart, we are coming down, but the blue line is above the red line. And on our 4-hour chart, we did bump above that, and the oscillator is positive. So that's a good place also to have funds. I just think that the, as always with our small caps and our S&P 500, I think those are going to continue to outperform EFA. But not a bad place to have capital if the small caps or S&P 500 is not performing as well. And lastly, we have bonds. With bonds are just rocketing up. They are doing very well this year. We started this year in November, around November time frame, down at the 104 mark, and markets have just continued to climb without much resistance or correction. We are now above our trend line here. The last time we were above our trend line, we did see a pullback, but we've been above this trend line for quite some time. So that is interesting to say the least. Bond-wise, on our technical charts, on a weekly chart, you can see that we are way above. We are up there on the weekly chart. We just want to pay close attention to that 2-day and 4-hour to give us any signs of possibly coming down off of that. We do see that a little bit here. And on our 4-hour chart, we do see that it's coming out here but not crossed. I would just caution about AGG just in the meantime, as some of the other stock funds look a little bit better than AGG. As always, really appreciate your guys' time today. Please, if you have questions, write those in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, or share if you think this video will help somebody out. And my question for you guys, do you think which fund will do the best for the month of July? That brings us to the conclusion of the video. So as always, we go over our allocation. With our allocation for this week / moving into July, we are 50% in the S fund, 50% in the C fund, with new allocations going into the S fund. We've been pretty much in these two funds for the last month, and that's worked out very well for us. And that's another top-notch video. We'll see you guys next time.